In the expansive and intricate realms of comic book universes, certain characters stand out not merely for their compelling narratives, but for the profound philosophical and metaphysical questions they embody. Among these, two figures emerge as paragons of near omnipotence and existential contemplation: Dr. Manhattan from DC Comics' groundbreaking graphic novel Watchmen, and the Beyonder from Marvel Comics' seminal Secret Wars series. Both entities transcend traditional superhero archetypes, delving into themes of power, detachment, humanity, and the very fabric of reality itself. A hypothetical confrontation between these two titans is not just a clash of abilities, but a profound exploration of contrasting philosophies and the nature of omnipotence. This narrative seeks to delve deep into their origins, evolution, powers, and the potential ramifications of their encounter, offering a nuanced analysis that extends beyond mere power scaling to the very essence of their characters. Origins and evolution. Dr. Manhattan, originally known as Dr. Jonathan Osterman, began his journey as a gifted nuclear physicist. His transformation into a superhuman entity was the result of a tragic accident in an intrinsic field test chamber, leading to his disintegration at a subatomic level. Remarkably, Osterman reconstructed himself over time, emerging with a distinctive blue, luminescent appearance and a suite of godlike powers. This metamorphosis granted him abilities such as matter manipulation, precognition, and teleportation. However, as his powers grew, so did his detachment from human affairs and emotions. Viewing time in a non-linear fashion, he became increasingly estranged from the human condition, perceiving past, present, and future simultaneously. This detachment profoundly influenced his interactions and decisions, positioning him as both a protector and a passive observer of humanity's trajectory. His presence significantly altered the geopolitical landscape of his universe, making him a pivotal figure in the events that unfolded within Watchmen. The Beyonder, in contrast, hails from Marvel's multiverse as an enigmatic and immensely powerful entity. Initially portrayed as the embodiment of an entire universe, the Beyonder became aware of Earth and its myriad superheroes and villains, leading him to orchestrate the Secret Wars. In this grand experiment, he transported a multitude of heroes and villains to a fabricated planet named Battleworld, compelling them to engage in conflict to satiate his curiosity about the nature of desire, conflict, and the human experience. His powers are virtually limitless, encompassing reality manipulation, matter creation, and a form of omnipotence that surpasses many of Marvel's cosmic entities. Throughout his appearances, the Beyonder's understanding of human nature evolved, transitioning from a detached observer to an entity deeply intrigued and influenced by human emotions and desires. This evolution led to various interactions, conflicts, and philosophical contemplations about his role in the multiverse and his relationship with lesser beings. Powers and abilities. Dr. Manhattan possesses a vast and formidable array of powers that challenge the very laws of physics and reality. He can disassemble and reassemble matter at will, allowing him to create or annihilate objects effortlessly. This extends to altering his own molecular structure, enabling him to reform his body after disintegration. Experiencing time in a non-linear fashion, Dr. Manhattan perceives all moments simultaneously. This grants him a form of omniscience, as he is aware of events before they occur. However, this deterministic view also renders him passive in certain situations, believing events are predestined. He can also teleport himself and others instantaneously across vast distances, including interplanetary and intergalactic travel. He can change his physical size at will, growing to immense proportions or shrinking as desired. Dr. Manhattan exists beyond the need for sustenance, air, or rest, and is impervious to conventional harm. The Beyonder's abilities are equally, if not more, staggering, positioning him as one of the most formidable entities in the Marvel multiverse. He can alter the fabric of reality on a multiversal scale, creating or erasing entire universes at a whim. This power is not bound by the conventional laws of physics or magic, making him a supreme being in terms of creation and destruction. Exhibiting near absolute power, the Beyonder surpasses cosmic entities like the Living Tribunal and Eternity, His powers are so vast that he is often considered beyond the comprehension of other beings. He is capable of creating matter from nothing and reshaping it according to his will. This extends to creating sentient life forms and entire planets. He can traverse infinite distances instantly and move effortlessly through space and dimensions. Existing beyond the confines of time, the Beander is unaffected by aging or conventional mortality. Comparative analysis. When evaluating these two entities, several critical factors emerge. First, the scope and scale of power are essential. While Dr. Manhattan's abilities are vast within his universe, they primarily operate within the boundaries of his own reality. In contrast, the Beander's powers extend beyond a single universe, affecting the multiverse itself. This suggests a broader scope of influence and a higher tier of power for the Beander. Dr. Manhattan operates by manipulating existing matter and energy, adhering to a deterministic view of the universe. The Beander, however, can override these laws entirely, redefining reality according to his whims without any known limitations. Psychologically, Dr. Manhattan's detachment from humanity renders him indifferent to conflicts and outcomes, often adopting a passive role. The Beander, driven by curiosity and a desire to understand human nature, engages more directly, often manipulating events to observe outcomes. This proactive approach, combined with his childlike capriciousness, makes him both unpredictable and dangerously engaged in the affairs of lesser beings. Dr. Manhattan's deterministic outlook can be seen as a limitation, as it may prevent him from taking proactive measures. The Beander, while immensely powerful, has shown vulnerabilities when confronted with concepts of human emotion and desire, which he struggles to comprehend fully. However, these vulnerabilities are more philosophical than functional. The final verdict: who would win? So, who would emerge victorious in this ultimate clash of cosmic entities? On the surface, the Beander's sheer scale of power, which transcends universes and even multiversal barriers, places him above Dr. Manhattan in terms of raw capability. His ability to reshape existence itself, create and destroy realities, and exert control over the multiverse grants him a level of dominance that even Dr. Manhattan may not be able to counter. However, victory in such a confrontation is not solely determined by power levels. Dr. Manhattan's unique perception of time and his philosophical detachment offer an unpredictable variable. He may choose not to engage at all, seeing the conflict as predetermined and thus irrelevant. Alternatively, his insight into time and causality might allow him to anticipate and counter the Beander's actions in ways that even a being of such magnitude may not expect. Yet if we are to evaluate the battle strictly in terms of engagement and outcome, the Beander's proactive nature, his vast and unrestricted reality warping powers, and his ability to manipulate not just matter, but the very laws that govern existence, give him a definitive edge. Dr. Manhattan, while immensely powerful, remains bound by certain conceptual and emotional limitations. His apathy, his deterministic outlook, and his reluctance to interfere unless absolutely necessary. In the end, the Beander would likely claim victory in a direct confrontation. His mastery over all aspects of existence, combined with his willingness to act and adapt, surpasses the stoic and observational stance of Dr. Manhattan. However, such a battle would transcend the typical notions of war, becoming a philosophical conflict as much as a physical one. It would challenge the very definitions of power, purpose, and existence itself. And regardless of who stands at the end, the multiverse would never be the same again. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.